This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information, the annual Pilgrimage for Peace will be held this weekend in Sybertsville. Find out what it's all about next. Why, hello there, everyone. I'm Ken Karen. I hope you're having a great Wednesday, and I thank you for watching. Let's make haste and get to our information from FYI and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. We begin with more good news from the Laurel Mall. Rocco Aruzo, the business operations manager for the Laurel Mall in Hazel Township, talked with our Lisa Sugar today about the latest developments.
Well, we're pleased to announce that T-Mobile is coming into the Laurel Mall in a new location. They're going to start remodeling within the next week. They'll be opening in the fall, and that location is the former Christopher and Banks location, which is right across and next to Cafe Europa. The other thing is 3R Wicker, which is currently in the mall down by Cigar Box. We are moving them to a brand new location, which is the former Dino's Dining Room. We did a brand new store for them, so 3R Wicker will be right there across from Victoria Candies. And we're pleased to announce that Ravello Insurance Agency is going to remodel and take over where 3R Wicker is. So that's going to be two moves. There is work being done. The crew is working, our maintenance guys, and unfortunately, because we didn't get the lease back yet, I can't tell you who it is, but it is someone local and someone I think that people are going to be very surprised and happy with, because it is going to be a restaurant.
And you also have more news coming that you can't give us all the details yet.
You know what? Every time you come here, I know I always keep you on the ropes. No, I can't announce it yet. The ink is not dried, but we have two more leases out there that are going to be signed, which we're happy, and then another move. So I would say I'll be able to make those announcements before Labor Day.
Meanwhile, work continues on a brand new TJ Maxx store and a new location for GNC at the mall. TJ Maxx is expected to be completed in about 11 weeks and open just in time for Black Friday. A community forum will take place this Saturday to address the opioid epidemic plaguing our country and our area. The public is invited to join this very important discussion with elected officials, law enforcement, healthcare and treatment professionals, and community groups. Bring your questions and concerns and get feedback from leading experts on narcotics abuse prevention. This special forum is being sponsored by Coordinated Health. Among the featured speakers, Dr. Thomas Mead, who is seen on SSPTV on the Dr. Mead Show and Real Life in the OR. He will talk about narcotics-free orthopedic surgery. Congressman Charlie Dent and State Senator David Argyle will also address the meeting. The Lehigh Valley Forum on the opioid epidemic is this Saturday, August 6th from 8:30 a.m. until 11:30 a.m. in the Parkland High School Auditorium, 2700 Cedar Crest Boulevard in Allentown. The public is encouraged to attend. We have posted the information on our Facebook page. In a move aimed at transparency, the Hazleton Area School District will soon make all school security incidents available to the public. Beginning in October, a breakdown of all incidents involving security in the district will be attached to the school board's meeting and committee meeting agendas. The incidents will be broken down into 6 categories of offenses and be listed by school. School Board Vice President Vincent Zola would also like to see the information available online as well. Zola and District Police Chief Ed Harry say the move is being done, quote, for the sake of transparency, unquote. The reports will separate arrests from incidents that involve school discipline. The student's name will not be released. According to Harry, during the 2015-16 school year, district police and security officers responded to 2,200 incidents in 180 days. Most of the incidents were designated as minor. The City of Hazleton is cracking down on blight. Last night, City Council voted to create a registry for vacant and abandoned properties and to establish a blighted property review committee. It also voted to accept uninhabitable buildings on North Vine and East Chestnut Streets. You can read more about Council's action in Sam Galski's article in today's Standard Speaker or at standardspeaker.com. It's an event that promotes peace, and it comes at a time when there is much violence and chaos in the world. Lisa Sugart has the details.
Each year at this time, many people from all over come to the Seibertsville area. The reason is for the annual Pilgrimage for Peace, which is held at the Holy Dormition Friary in Seibertsville. Here to tell us all about it this year's event is Father Jerome. We are pleased to have you back with us again. This is really a wonderful event, and it comes at a really important time, I think, in our nation's history.
Yes, I think it's important that we pray for peace. Our prayers for peace, not only, let God know our request for peace in the world, but also help us to be open to God's word so that we can be more open to the peace that he wants to share with all of us, not only around the world, but especially in our families and in our neighborhoods.
Now, the pilgrimage will be taking place this Sunday, August 7th, at the Holy Dormition Friary in Seibertsville. What can we expect when we go to it? It's basically running between 10 a.m. and 6 p.m.
Yes, we open and close with morning and evening prayer, matins and vespers. During the course of the day, we have food service starting at 11, and we have the Divine Liturgy. Bishop Kurt, the Byzantine bishop from Passaic, New Jersey, will be here to celebrate the liturgy with us, and we'll have anointing at noon for the sick, and there's a children's program, which should be exciting for the little ones, and also a spiritual talk for teenagers and adults. I'm very happy that Father Ed Kluchek is coming from Indiana to give the talk. He's one of the leaders in our community of Franciscan friars, and he has roots in Wilkes-Barre, so he's going to be speaking about letting go, which, of course, when we let go of many things, that helps us to be more peaceful in our hearts.
Now, Father, you want everyone to know that they're invited. Doesn't matter what religion they are. They're invited to come to this.
Sure. Most of the events through the day are completely open to everybody. Even like the Divine Liturgy that we celebrate, while only Catholics can receive the sacraments in a Catholic celebration, everybody's welcome to join in the prayers.
And we all have that common need for peace in our lives.
That's very true. We can never do enough to open our hearts to God's peace, the peace that he wants to share with us and he wants us to share with all of our neighbors.
What are you hearing maybe from the people that you serve in that we're seeing so much violence in the world? People are worried. I think, are they turning more to prayer now?
I think a lot of people are scared. Some of us are composed enough that we know that in our fear we should turn to God and allow him to teach us in our hearts how to live in a world that, while we want to speak of peace, as the Psalms say, everybody seems ready for war. I think there are a lot of people, though, that we need the encouragement to turn to God and to open our hearts for peace.
Very well said. Well, we hope that everyone will come together for this common cause. And it is a free event, other than you're paying for the delicious food that is being made, but you're welcome donations as well.
Yes, it does cost money to keep the friary operating, and while we do a lot to earn money, and we have a lot of generous donors, this is one of the ways in which we help to support the friary so that we can continue for the long haul.
All righty. Father Jerome, thank you so very much. Please come out this Sunday. It is taking place at the Holy Dormition Friary in Seibertsville, beginning at 10 a.m. Everyone is welcome, so come out for a day of prayer.
Thank you very much, Lisa. Coming up on FYI, Dave Seaman, the sports editor at the Standard Speaker, is here, and we'll talk about the Yankees, the Cubs, and the Olympics. After this break, it's another brand new hunting segment with Dennis Gans from the national TV show Wild About Hunting.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
Hey, welcome to this week's Wild About Hunting segment. We're in the middle of the heat of the summer, but we're thinking hunting, and we got fishing going on right now. And joining me today is one of our good friends and sponsor, Dan O'Donnell, owner of Dan's Taxidermy. Welcome to the set, Dan.
Thanks for having me.
All right, well, let's dive right into it. We've got some really cool things here at the Wild About Hunting set, and one of the first things here is a fish that you just got done mounting, a nice rainbow trout. Somebody's out fishing right now, they bag a trout like this, they want to preserve it. What do they need to remember when they're bringing this to the taxidermist?
As soon as they catch that fish, pictures, 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 as many as they can, close-ups, and get that thing in the cooler, cool down, and even in the freezer as soon as possible.
And about how long would it take you to mount a fish like this for somebody?
Once I get started on it, it can take, depending on the fish, several hours with the paint work that's involved.
Perfect, perfect. And a beautiful mount it is. Let's jump over to here. Not much hunting going on right now in the summer, but you can hunt predators. We've got a predator right here. This is a bobcat from Georgia. Yep. And really nice shoulder mount. What was someone looking at as far as a cost to maybe get something like this done? Nice little something for their office.
Depending on the mount, shoulder mounts, species, you're looking anywhere from $300–400 in that range.
Okay, and when they get something like this again, cool it down, put it in the freezer, make sure to take lots of pictures to help you out with that as well, I'm sure.
Yep, pictures and cool that thing down as fast as possible.
Awesome. And Dan, we're getting ready for the best time of year, deer season coming in just a couple of months away. People can start hunting in September here in Pennsylvania in certain spots. This is what folks want to put on their wall. Obviously, this isn't, you know, a 200-inch class deer, but, you know, what does someone need to keep in mind when they're coming to a taxidermist with a deer head to mount?
As soon as you bag that trophy, get your photos in and get that thing cooled down as quick as possible. That's number one.
And this is going to last a lifetime. You're going to be able to share this and brag about it, tell all kinds of hunting stories around it. Danny, someone's looking for a taxidermist. How can they get in touch with you to kind of help out their trophy?
You can give me a call on my cell phone. It's 570-985-9241. You can get in contact with Dennis with Wild About Hunting, or you can look me up on Facebook at Dan's Taxidermy and Wildlife Studio.
Hey, check him out. He does great works, folks. We take all of our stuff to him, and share some pictures with us as well. All right, we'll see you next week somewhere in the hunting woods.
My family claims there was a bobcat on at our Carson Street home in a tree one night. Don't know if that's true. Now remember to watch Wild About Hunting on the Hunt channel and right here on SSPTV. A different episode airs each Monday at 4:30 p.m.
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
It's a beautiful day for kickball, and I say that because Hazleton is getting a kickball league this fall, and we're going to talk about it next week on FYI. Right now we're talking about the weather, and here's our local forecast from the National Weather Service. Tonight partly cloudy, our low will be 60 degrees with a southeast wind around 6 miles per hour. Thursday looks nice, mostly sunny, high near 78 degrees. Thursday night looks clear and we'll get down to 60 degrees. Our Friday is partly sunny with a high near 79. Friday night we do have a 40% chance of some scattered showers and thunderstorms after 9 p.m., low of 66 degrees. Same chance of showers on Saturday, partly sunny with a high near 80 degrees. Saturday night, again 40% chance, scattered showers and thunderstorms, partly cloudy, low of 60. On Sunday it will be sunny and we'll be in the mid 70s, and then Sunday night mostly clear with a low of 58 degrees.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Valley High, the area's oldest ice cream and fast food restaurant. Stop on in for a cold treat including our ice cream and yogurt, or some hot food including our burgers, hot dogs, fries, and much more. That's Valley High, Route 93 in West Hazleton. Treat yourself today.
We are so excited to be here at the newly renovated Edgewood by Sand Springs now, and I am with the wedding and event coordinator, Samantha Fanikia, to tell you all about the great opportunities for brides to be. And thank you so much for having us, Samantha. We're thrilled to be here.
Thank you. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it.
So everyone knows who you are. Let's introduce you to our audience and to our viewers. Tell us about your background.
Sure. So I actually do have a little over 4 years experience in wedding and events coordination. So this was the perfect opportunity for me to expand upon that and come and try and get things rolling here at the new Edgewood by Sand Springs.
What are the amenities that you have to offer?
So we actually have quite a few. We are the one-stop shop for your wedding, which is really great. We do have the golf course, of course, which is actually really wonderful if you want to go out, take your groomsmen out there and golf the day before or whenever it may be, the morning of. We do also have on-site ceremony spots as well, which would take place right on our golf course. Makes for a very nice scenic background. You are more than welcome to take your bridal party and take pictures on the golf course as well. Again, makes for wonderful photos. And we do have on-site cocktail hour, indoor and outdoor space, as well as our ballroom too. So it's wonderful. It's a one-stop shop, like I said.
You are specifically known for booking weddings,
yes.
And the expertise from Sand Springs at Celebrations will be incorporated here at Edgewood by Sand Springs, but it has an entirely different look. It has an entirely different feel with the same expertise tied to that. And you are actually getting married here yourself.
I am. So come August, I'll actually be the first bride to get married at the newly renovated ballroom, which is very exciting. We're so happy about that. So.
Okay, well next week we are going to talk about the specifics here for booking your wedding.
Now your midday winning lottery numbers here on FYI. Pick 2, 25, pick 3, 809, pick 4, 0846, and pick 5, 85884. When we come back on FYI, it's Dave Day. Dave Seaman is back and he has a lot to say. The sports commentary is up next.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
Welcome to another fantastic Dave Day. I'm predicting it's going to be a fantastic Dave Day because Dave Seaman from the Standard Speaker Sports Editor there is always on, always interesting. It was very busy for Major League Baseball trade deadline here and gone. And Dave, wow, the Yankees, what we were talking about before this, they were sellers this year. Not a usual space for them. We'll put up some of their big trades on the screen. Andrew Miller going to Cleveland, Aroldis Chapman going to the Chicago Cubs. And these were players they brought in. They talked about that strong Yankee bullpen, even at the All-Star game. Now that back end's kind of gone. Carlos Beltran will go to the Rangers, Ivan Nova to the Pirates, and Dave, you brought up a good point. So now the Yankees may be seeing the light that they have to, really invest in the farm system. And we asked, can Yankees fans be patient as they go through this process?
That's something they're not used to. Obviously, Yankees have won so many pennants and they've been in the playoffs so many times that their fans tend to get a little bit spoiled with their success. But it's a new way to play baseball. You have to develop somewhat in the farm system and then add pieces. And the Yankees were always successful. When they were most successful, they've always developed their own players and then sprinkled in the players that they had the money and the revenue and the resources to go get the top name players. Right now, the Yankees, their star players, their former star players, the Alex Rodriguez's and the Mark Teixeira's, getting up there in age a little bit, haven't been as productive as Yankee fans will vouch for that. So they're kind of on their downward side. Other players that had value, Yankees traded them so they can get younger players and bring them in, and it takes time. It takes time to develop the players. Red Sox fans saw that a few years ago when they won the World Series, but then some of the pieces they had to remove some of the pieces from the puzzle and redevelop with some younger players, and the Red Sox have rebuilt their team. Now it's the Yankees' turn to do the same.
Dave, do you think there was a shift in Major League Baseball? I'm trying to think back if I could think to a specific time, but I kind of remember when the Yankees and Red Sox were really going at each other and everyone kept saying, oh, they're buying World Series titles. But it seems like the formula for baseball was always, hey, bring up some of the guys and you fill in the pieces. But was there a time when you could, quote unquote, buy a World Series?
Well, back in the 70s when free agency first started with the Reggie Jacksons and the Catfish Hunters going to the Yankees, that's when the Yankees were all in with the late George Steinbrenner, win at all costs. But there was a method to that, and the Yankees deserve credit for finding the right pieces. And I'm not a Yankee fan, but they did what they had to do to win, and other teams followed that formula. The Red Sox brought in a Manny Ramirez. David Ortiz wasn't homegrown, but of course nobody saw him saw that coming. But I think you ask when it kind of changed. I think the Rays had something to do with that. The Rays developed their own young players. Obviously, they didn't have the market and the resources to go out and splurge on free agents, so they built their own team, and teams saw that was a viable option. The Oakland Athletics did the same thing. Minnesota Twins for a while were really good developing their homegrown players. So now that the Yankees are seeing what those other teams are doing. And they were successful with it too. Don't forget that they developed the Bernie Williams, Jorge Posadas, Mariano Rivera's, Derek Jeters, obviously. So they developed their own players too. And the teams that are most successful develop their own players and are able to add the right pieces at the right time.
Well, Dave, in the first half of the season, you ask anybody, they would have said, hey, Chicago Cubs, World Series favorite, definitely. They kind of slid, toward the All-Star break. They're back on track right now. They do get Aroldis Chapman in the back end of the bullpen there from the Yankees. You look at the Cubs now, you think it's still confidence, not only in Wrigley, but all over the country, that they're still the favorites?
I believe so, too, and getting Chapman is a big deal, too, to have the lights-out closer at the end of a game, too. And a lot of the guys, the younger guys, too, that, they had a taste of the playoffs last year, too, so they got a little bit of a whiff what it was like, and now they have a chance to go back there and kind of finish the job. Not going to be easy, but I think the Cubs, the fact that they got out to that fast start this year enabled them to relax a little bit, play loose baseball, maybe a little bit too loose, right? Like you said, going into the All-Star break, they kind of skidded a little bit. All-Star break came at the perfect time. I've read and heard Joe Madden talk about how important that All-Star break for his team to recharge its batteries. Now it looks like until somebody beats them, the Cubs are the team to beat.
And finally, Dave, the party is in Rio starting this week, and actually starting even Wednesday. Women's soccer beginning before the opening ceremony, a few other sports. We have a local tie. Casey Eichfeld back, you said, for his third Olympics, a Drums native.
Yeah, Ken Jackson did a fabulous story on him, a canoeer, kayaker. He's been in the water for the last several Olympics. He has experience now. He had a great showing at the World Championships last year, and he's going to have a chance to be the first area medalist, perhaps.
So you have Olympic coverage there. Of course, football coverage coming right down the pipeline. Dave, thank you once again. Always appreciate you here on FYI. It's Wednesday, and here's some delicious alliteration. It's signature steak night at Bottlenecks. All of their signature steaks are only $9.95, plus bottomless soup and salad for only $2.95.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's Talk of the Town report. First tonight, happy 42nd birthday to Danny and David Basala. Love from your mom, family, and friends. In our Talk of the Town report, Community Bible Fellowship Church, 458 West Spruce Street in Hazleton, will be holding a free lunch Sunday, August 7th from noon to 2 p.m. Be having hamburger barbecue, french fries, pasta salad, desserts, drinks, and more. All are welcome to attend, and for information, just call 570-790-3753. Next announcement, the Actors Guild of Schuylkill County, in association with the Simon Kramer Institute, will be presenting the Carol Burnett Show. Join a cast of actors as they bring back original skits from the beloved comedy show, including memorable songs and special guest stars. Show will be held August 12th, 13th, and 14th. And finally, the Tamaqua Area Faith Fellowship will be holding a summer celebration Sunday, August 14th at 7 p.m. at the Tamaqua Community Arts Center. Be featuring music by the Blue Mountain Community Church Praise Band, plus an ice cream social. For info, just call 570-668-4139. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Agnes D. Banias of Freeland. Mass is Friday at 9:30 a.m. at the Immaculate Conception Parish at St. Anne's Church. The McHugh-Wilczek Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. Bet M. Dodson of Whitehaven. Funeral is Friday at 11 a.m. at the Whitehaven Presbyterian Church. Friends may call Thursday from 4 to 7 p.m. at the Lehman Family Funeral Service. Carrie S. Fallon of the Jeddo Borough. The McHugh-Wilczek Funeral Home will announce complete arrangements. And Andrew A. McAloose, formerly of Clair's. Services will be held Saturday at 10 a.m. at the Church of All Saints. Friends may call at the church from 9 to 10 a.m. Attention pay-per-view subscribers, if you see your name right now on News 13, you'll have 13 minutes to call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Our winner tonight is Dona Casper of St. Clair. Donna, if you're watching, give us a call, 570-455-7267, extension 104.
Dave Seaman and the longer hair version of myself blabbered for a very long time this week, so I'm going to upload some of the bonus content to our Facebook page. We talk Penn State football. That's it for tonight. We're back tomorrow on Thursday. Take it easy, everyone.